I know this is interesting for you
Yeah.
because out of all the stars I'm around, out of all the athletes I'm around, you're not really into the light being on you.
Yeah.
Man. You're not really into all this. So what has this been like? All this celebration, all this love, all this attention?
You have to embrace it. I think that's one of the things that I've kind of always been about is embracing the moment. That's why I say, we have our different ways of, I guess you can say, navigating through our journeys. And I was a guy, I never looked too far ahead, but I was always prepared for what was ever out there. But I'm going to live for the day. So that's how I've been. And that's how I approach everything. You know what I mean? So I'm embracing it because I know it's my time. When you play this game and you don't really get a lot of the praises for all the hard work you put in, because it's one of those worlds that, there's always somebody that did something better than you did, regardless if you did something well or not. And, for our kids, it's going to be hard for them to kind of, appreciate others' approval. But me, myself, personally, man, when I've done it, ain't nothing you can tell me. And that's what I feel about this situation. I feel like I've done it. So regardless if I was going to get any recognition for it or not, I was happy to say I can always look up them stats and go see the film and say, well, tell me who did it better.
And we've seen so many people have the stats and do all the things on the field and not get that recognition. Yeah. So even though you weren't expecting it, when it did come, were you surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, because you never know. You don't know you don't know the criteria, what you need to be considered one of those guys. And, I got homeboys that advocate for me to get my, college football Hall of Fame that we know that the criteria,
you reach it.
You know what I mean? I've reached it and so many other different things. And then when you talk about NFL, the one thing that everybody wants to be a part of that Hall of Fame fraternity. You wish, a lot of guys say they played for that. I never played for that, but I knew playing well enough to get recognized one day for it would be a huge accomplishment. And so you see numbers, and that's all you can kind of chase is the numbers. Whether your team allowed you to go get them or not, you have to chase the numbers that gave those guys the criteria to be considered, one of those all-time greats. So when it gets caught up into the things that I can't control, I never kind of worry about it. I just know that as long as I do my thing as being who I am as a player for my team and for myself, if those numbers are reached and I should get the recognition, then I'll be ready for it.
And that takes a lot of maturity. But if you go back to young Tanner out in Florida, right? Like all kids dream. All kids dream of the things that they're going to be able to accomplish. Could you have ever dreamed or envisioned, like we're looking at you back here, man, you've had a stellar football career, but you've also had an amazing broadcast career that's really blossoming right now. Could you have dreamed of any of this?
I dreamed to be great. I dreamed to be a pro football player, for sure. But when you look at that road and you saw the journey, you would have probably never said it was going to happen the way it did, And I remember, going through so much as a kid, man, you name it, from, not having opportunities to having opportunities to getting the opportunity, then almost getting it taken away from me in college, then to bounce back from that ordeal and then to kind of skyrocket into everything. Then you get drafted and you barely even got into college, and then you get drafted first round and you get hurt immediately out the gate. So many different ups and downs throughout the career, but I've had the same focus. I kept the same faith. And that's the one thing that I give a credit to me having the chance to achieve what I have, because I never, I guess you can say, detoured from my true beliefs in me and my true beliefs in what should be mine. And I think that's a lot of things I try to tell my kids. Like, they don't know, what's the future. But if whatever you believe, if you keep that belief and you stay, like I always say, checking in, you keep chipping at it, you should have your day. And that's what I think now when I'm sitting back and when we look back and reflect about some of the things you were able to accomplish on the football field, and then so many opportunities that being that guy on the football field that has been given to you now, you kind of just smile about it, because I used to always tell myself, if I put my all into something, then I should get the same out of it. And that's what I said. If you take care of football, football gonna take care of you. And here we are, umpteen years later, football's still taking care of me.